Man, woman, and child. The real Holy Trinity, man. The family. This gang over here. This over here don't matter. This is these people truly hurt when you dead and gone or locked up for life. This over here keeps going without you and eventually forget you. This over here don't never forget you. So don't ever forget that. I'm hoping that makes some of y'all think.
Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me. Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me. Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me.
Peace. So look, we back again, right? Episode 11, Supreme Dialect. I'm gonna jump right into it, man. Today I want to get into. I'm talking to the fellas, but ladies, I hope y'all listening too. I want to get into this thing we call loyalty, and the things we give loyalty to that we should versus what we shouldn't. The things we put energy into that we should versus what we shouldn't. And the thing that bothers me the most that I'm starting to see, especially from our culture, is that we put more energy and give more loyalty to the streets and to these cliques that we in versus the energy we give to our children. And you know what I'm saying? We'll fight over here for these streets and for these groups, but we won't fight for our kids. Like, we make decisions out of lust to lay down with women, not knowing who they are, they not knowing who we are. We, you know what I'm saying? We bear seed. We find out we're not compatible, right? It's not this person's fault. It's not that person's fault. We came into the relationship under false pretenses. We was in lust, not love, right? So you find out you can't get along with this woman. So what happens? Dysfunction, fussing, fighting, arguing. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? The relationship disintegrates and the child is left, you know what I'm saying, in the outfall of that. And we all know what happens after that. Child support, visitation, fighting for rights. We all know what happens after that, right? So the thing that bothers me the most about these situations is some of them are inevitable. You know what I'm saying? These things happen. People grow apart. It's cool. But the fact that we can't come to a common ground and raise another version of both of ourselves, the best part of both of ourselves that we didn't put into another being, which is that baby, it bothers me. It bothers me on this side as a man watching these men and to the younger generation, please listen to this, because I'm hoping that this might click something in y'all minds. I've watched more grown men put more energy into their neighborhood and the cliques that they in versus fighting for their children. Now I know that they got some crazy women out here. We crazy. Some of us are crazy, right? But in my mind, which I just might have a messed up sense of what is. If you fight for your children the way you fight for your neighborhood, the way you fight for that clique that you in, if you put the energy and effort that you do into taking care of your children versus taking care of a dude that rode through your neighborhood and twisted his fingers the wrong way, we'll be way better off as a culture. Because culturally, we are, excuse my language, we fucked up. Because I done seen dudes put more effort into being destructive towards another individual that might be dealing with the same issues and the same problems you dealing with. Like, we grew up fucked up. We already grew up in broken households. So why would you want to continue that trend? And no two people might not be able to stay together, but that don't necessarily mean that the household is broken if these two people can come together and raise this baby. I know that's hard. I know it's hard. But what I want to believe and what I tend to believe is that if a woman sees you putting as much effort that you put into destroying another person that looks just like you, if she sees you putting that same effort into building up a person that looks just like you, she gonna let you, man. Eventually, you gonna break that woman down to be like, you know what? I need to stop being like this. I need to let this man be a part of his child's life. It ain't the baby's fault that we can't get along. I just can't believe that that's not possible. But what I do believe is possible is that they know 9 times out of 10, for some of y'all, which not all of y'all, a lot of fellas handle their business. This is for the ones that don't. And I'm hoping that me talking about this out loud, it registers and it resonates with some of y'all. And y'all take accountability for y'all actions. Like when these mothers see the amount of energy you put into the streets, and then when they push back on you one time, or they go put you on child support, or they make it difficult for you to see your kids, and you just break, and just give up. But you still chasing this dude from 2 years ago that came through your neighborhood and threw up a different sign, or yelled something disrespectful out the window. But you didn't gave up after 3 months of taking care of your baby. Of course they gonna go in on you. Of course they gonna, you know what I'm saying, be everything you claim that they is. But when do we look at ourselves in the mirror, fellas, and be like, well, maybe I'm not putting forth enough effort. The amount of money and time that I see going to the bullshit that happens in the streets versus the amount of time and effort I see into dudes researching how to get their kids, it bothers me. Because my kids is my best friends. I be damned. And I know I don't usually cuss, but it's kind of bothering me, man, because we continuing to raise these babies, and it's just the trend is just continuing. Like, we can stop it, because all they need is 2 parents that love this child enough to get along to raise this child. You don't got to be in the same house, man. You don't. But you do have to be on the same page to be able to raise this child responsibly. They can feel love from this side. They can feel love from that side. But not being what you're supposed to be after you made what you made gives that mother all the reason and all the right to call you what you might be, because you won't put forth that effort. You will cry one minute about, man, she won't let me do this, she won't let me do that. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this every month and da-da-da. But at the same breath, the next day, you out in the club, you drinking, you smoking weed, you popping pills, you getting in fights. All that energy you using to do all that could have been put into figuring out how you can fight for your kids. Can be figured out, you know what I'm saying? Can be put into figuring out, can I go sit down with this woman? Can I go sit down and talk to this woman? Can we sit down and talk? Can we figure this out? Nah. Y'all just give up and give in and be weekend daddies. And then half the time y'all ain't even around it. And then when something happens to your child, you want to... Fellas, we got to do better, man. You know how it felt to not have your daddy there, to not have your mama there, to not have no family around. You know how it felt to not feel love. So that's why you went out into the streets and got that fake love from a neighborhood that don't give a damn about you and some dudes that don't give a damn about you. I did all of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on here talking crap like I ain't never been a part of, you know what I'm saying, destroying our culture. Because I was. A lot of us have been a part of it, but when you know better, you do better. And if you know better, you're supposed to deliver that and drop that off for free to everybody else. A lot of people don't do that. They want you to pay for it. Man, nah. Shouldn't be like that. Like, we should really, as a culture, stop gatekeeping. Like, teach the younger generation, teach even people that, see, the problem is we think it's corny to have a family. We think it's corny to be a real man. We rather be a real nigga. And like I say, I'm removed from it, but I was a part of it. And I see my own flaws and I see my own stupidity in what I, you know what I'm saying, and what I used to do. Now, one thing I never did was, my babies is the ones that saved my life. So I have never gave up the one fight I did have to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my baby mama couldn't get along, but she knew in her heart that my child not being a part of my life would destroy me. She did know that. We might have not got along on a lot of other things, you know what I'm saying? But one thing she didn't do was keep me from my child, because they know, those women know these women know you can call them what you want, but they know when they lay down with a piece of shit. So they choose to not want that piece of shit to be a part of another version of themselves, so that piece of shit can't influence the best version of them two people to be just like him. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. We need to hear it. I watched it too much. I knew what I didn't want my children to be a part of, regardless whether I was with their mamas or whether I wasn't. They're my best friends. When you have babies, man, nothing else should matter, man. You talk about who your friend, who your homeboy, your best friends is right here. These new versions of you that need to be raised up right, they right here. But nah, we want to put our energy into the streets. We want to go drinking and drugging and, like, man, dude, look. The thing that made me stop drinking is being an embarrassment to my children. Coming in the house, what's wrong with my daddy? Why he stumbling? Like, man, come on, man. Like, I'm aggravated. Because we can do so much better as a culture. We can do so much better as a people. The family dynamic, the black family dynamic is dysfunctional because we're not trying to make it function. We can keep calling it dysfunctional, but everybody got to put forth effort, man. Everybody got to put forth effort. We can't keep blaming these women as to why we not raising our babies, because one thing them babies going to know, that you fought for them. They're going to get to that certain age. One thing my mama used to always tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, she never talked bad about my daddy. Never. Not one time has she ever told me anything bad about my daddy. I learned what I learned on my own. Now, I know a lot of women won't do that, but she made me understand that you allow a child to come to their own conclusions, but you don't break that child's spirit. You know what I'm saying? I it's been times where I wish she would have told me, so I wouldn't be so hurt as a grown man, and finding out in my later years who he was and who he wasn't. But at the same time, I love the fact that she did it too, because I had a hero. Not knowing that he was a villain, I had a hero in my mind, so I had that in the back of my head that if I do this, my daddy gonna kill me. If I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm in here sweating right now because it's aggravating to see these dudes crying and see these dudes talking crazy, but yet I can see you outside the next day in the streets. Like, dudes that risk their freedom to prove to this neighborhood that they down, to prove to this group of another dudes that they down, but they won't take time. Excuse me. They won't risk time to fight for their children. Maybe I'm just soft. Or maybe I live in a fairy tale world. Or maybe the things I'm talking about ain't true. But I do believe that if you fight hard enough for your kids, as hard as that woman might make it, eventually she gonna break down and be like, you know what, I'm wrong. It might take 7 years, it might take 8 years. But what's too long for your children? You've been chasing this dude for 3 years and you finally caught him. You done did something stupid, now you locked up to where you then that's when you looking for them babies now. Cause now you can't move, you locked up, you want your kids to come see you. Nah. It don't work like that, bruh. It don't work like that. That's wild. You can't complain. You can't cry. You can't talk stuff about these women when you're not actively doing anything to help your situation, but you actively in the streets. It don't make sense, man. And all we doing is making a generation that's making another generation that's making another generation of broken, dysfunctional people. And that's why we steady killing each other. That's why we can't have conversations no more, man. These little kids don't even fight no more. First thing they want to do is grab a pistol. Why? Because you ain't there. You ain't there to make them understand that you can fight, bro, but you can lose too. You ain't gonna win all of them. But you look most stupid handling situations in a way that could cost you your life versus just getting whooped on. Eventually you're gonna win. It might take you getting whooped on a couple times to learn how to fight. And then you become a monster after that. That's a whole nother. I just want us to do better, man. As men, we got to break these curses. We got to break the stuff that's going on in these streets, dog. They got kids out here. They got babies out here killing each other, man. The stuff I seen and I heard about this last 2 weeks that didn't happen out here. They babies. Every now and then when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it's babies, man. It don't make no sense. I'm mad that if you was a part of it, you was a part of the problem. I used to be a part of it, so I'm a part of the problem. So what I'm trying to do now is right my wrongs. I'm trying to deliver a message, and I hope it get to y'all, man. Fight for your kids, bro. Fight for your kids like you fight them niggas in the street. And if you're gonna kill for anything, you should be killing for them kids. Not for no neighborhood, not for no block, not for no colors, not for no the way you twist your fingers. Not for whatever you believe in. This all that matter over here. Man, woman, and child. The real Holy Trinity, man. The family. This gang over here. This over here don't matter. These people truly hurt when you dead and gone or locked up for life. This over here keeps going without you and eventually forget you. This over here don't never forget you. So don't ever forget that. I'm hoping that makes some of y'all think. It's fun being a daddy. It's great being a daddy. Nothing wrong with loving. Nothing wrong with laughing. Nothing wrong with smiling. Nothing wrong with getting away from this and going head first into this. Nothing wrong with it. You're not soft. The legend and the myths and the stories from over here, all they do is become greater when the people that actually understand who you was and watching who you become, the man you become versus the nigga you was over here. They watch you transition into being a man and being able to walk away and protecting, providing, and preserving the life of your family, your kids, your wife if you married. This all that matters, man. This over here is irrelevant. It'll never be another you to these people, to them babies. It'll never be another you. But over here, it's gonna be another you. The day you gone, it's gonna be somebody to replace you. Over here is not. Think about that. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man, because I could keep going on because that's a very touchy subject. Because I'm just tired of seeing the madness, bro. Somebody got to say it. But look, so the merch in. I got my own stuff on. I'm gonna make it readily available. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the link up. We're gonna start making this. So let me know in the comments how y'all feel about the whole video today, and also hit the website. Let me know in the comments. Go to Instagram, hit me in the DM, TikTok DM, Facebook, and let me know if y'all want to get some of this merch, man. If I need to make more. But yeah, man, episode 11. Hey, I told y'all I had it coming. The next episode, I got something special. Something real special. Something real different. So be on the lookout for that, man. So, yeah. Let all this sink in, fellas. Show this to the youngins. Hope y'all don't hate me after this. Peace.
Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me. Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me. Big dog shit, no half stepping. That's on me. Big dog shit, no half stepping.